Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show, Talking Tech with George and
Todd.
This is a show where we talk about tech and tech-related news and get you up to date and up to speed with what's going on. So how was your week?
That was pretty good, man. How was yours?
It was good. You got stuck at home with the kids.
Yeah, it's kind of the trend across the country. Everybody's stuck at home with the kids, man.
So they drive you nuts yet? I noticed you don't have as much hair.
Yeah, I ripped it all out.
Did you pull? Yeah, you pulling at it?
Ripped it all out.
And I do notice you got a few more grays, and I think it has your children's name on them.
I mean, I don't know. I need a microscope to see that.
Oh, it's on the screen. I mean, people here.
Yeah, it's only a little Logitech camera, man. No zoom feature is going to be able to blow it up that much.
That up. I'll run the intro.
They're pushing buttons again, I see.
Yeah. Good thing nobody's seen me dancing.
How about it?
Just you. All right, to our first story. We have PS5 release date, specs, news, and features for Sony's PlayStation 5. It's the thing that I thought was different about these specs. If you look at them, it's 8 cores with a with 3.5, right?
Right.
Microsoft's is 8 cores at 3.6, and then when hyper-threading is on, it's 3.2. It slows it down because of the probably because of the cooling.
Right.
And then the GPU is 10.28 teraflops instead of 12 on the Xbox. But where the Sony's is better is it's 5.5 gigabyte I/O throughput, and the debate is that can make the difference between which platform performs better.
Right.
It's just like having a computer with a hard drive versus a computer that uses an SSD.
No, it's amazing you mentioned hyper-threading because I was watching some YouTube videos recently about the lag and the stutter that's in Tarkov when I play it. And they say that hyper-threading is the cause of it, and somehow there's a way that you can insert text and add a file to the game that will, I guess, render, will disable the hyper-threading. And that makes it run smoother.
Well, since we talked, changed the settings, did that fix Tarkov?
It fixed screen tear, but there's still stutter and lag in the game.
Gotcha. But that's one thing I thought was really neat was, the specs, and this is paper specs.
Right.
Until we get hands on actual hardware, it's hard to say what is going to be better than the other. In the long run. And this is something you're not going to spend a penny on unless your son goes up to you, goes, Daddy.
Yeah, he won't even know there's a PS5, bro.
Yeah. Oh, he'll see it in the store.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they got a PS3 and stuff, and they don't play that. He's content with his Nintendos.
Oh, one thing, too, about the PS5, it's supposed to be backwards compatible with PS4. And that's one thing I haven't heard 100% about the Xbox X, whether the old games will be able to play on it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's a neat feature, but a useless one.
Well, when it first comes out, it should have that feature built into it if it can.
Yeah.
that way you could transition because
Yeah, because there won't be a lot of games out for it when it first releases.
exactly.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, right.
Makes sense.
And that way you could still play your old games until the developers, all of them get new versions of their game.
Of course.
Right. One thing I did love about the PlayStation 3 is you could actually run Linux on it when it first came out. Then later on they disabled that. I thought that was because it's a computer. I mean, that's what these are computers. It's just that they're custom hardware.
Sure.
But to get a glimpse, not to be outdone, Microsoft Xbox Series X backtracks on Thanksgiving release. So, you do something, you post something on the internet, like whatever. People capture that shit as soon as they see it. So there's no point in deleting it because it's too late. It's out there.
Right.
Because as soon as you post it, and they say an Xbox product page in some regions inaccurately listed the launch date for Xbox Series X as Thanksgiving this year. We are committed to launching holiday 2020. Like, Thanksgiving's a holiday. You're going to release it, I'm sure, before Christmas.
Maybe. I think a lot of things with everything going on right now, nobody knows for sure if they can even make these dates.
Oh, I'm sure they'll make the dates. There may only be 100 of them, or 5 of them on a shelf, but something will be there.
Yeah.
So we were talking about we're going to call this thing the human malware. How do you like that one?
The human malware?
Yeah.
Okay.
Corona, the human malware. Everybody's staying at home. People are working from home now. And
the lucky ones.
Huh?
Lucky.
Yeah. And what do we get? The Nintendo Switch online services went down worldwide as people are now staying with home.
Mm-hmm.
Your son has a Switch. Did his go down?
I don't think I actually have them signed up on that, so they wouldn't have noticed. That's a subscription-based thing.
Oh, okay.
So.
I figured it would be like, the Xbox where you have to...
Yeah, to play anything you have to have it, no.
Right, play anything you have to have it.
Nintendo's not set up like that.
Oh, that's a good thing, then.
Certain Nintendo games, yeah, you can't play the online variety of offerings if it's a Nintendo-made game and it's like Fortnite. Fortnite always works. They can get on, as long as they have an internet connection, they can get on Fortnite and play with people. But like Splatoon, which is a Nintendo-owned game, if you don't pay the premium for the subscription, you can't play online.
Well, that's cool. At least you still got some options.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I bought the game and it came with, a base, campaign and stuff.
Right.
So, keeps the kids occupied.
Occupado?
Yeah, the kids did find the multiplayer and then came and asked me why it didn't work, and I just explained to them. Because Nintendo has enough money.
There you go. That they do. And speaking of online gaming surge. Steam breaks concurrent user record amid social distancing mandate. 20.3 million simultaneous players.
It's a lot of traffic.
That was to me that was pretty amazing number.
Yeah, well, what else are people going to do?
Well, and that just tells me all these. I mean, yeah, competition is good. This, that, the other thing. But I am sick and tired of every game having its own launcher.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It sucks. I kind of wish that they all went through Steam, but only because I'm partial to Steam. Some people could hate Steam.
Yeah, and well, here I did download Warzone. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah.
And the way I have each launcher set up, I mean, in this way, it's a good thing, is, by default, they start when the system starts.
Sure.
I turn that shit off. I'll wait an extra, 20 seconds for the launcher to load. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that program, that launcher, just taking up memory and CPU cycles when it doesn't need to be.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah. And but fortunately, all three launchers have that as an option. But I'm wondering if there's going to come a time. No, we're starting when the system starts. F you.
Yeah,
That's probably coming too. Speaking of games,
Yo, Glitch, what's up, brother?
hey Glitch. Speaking of games, have you ever played Half-Life?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Half-Life Alyx? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Will launch on Monday at 1 o'clock. So if I've heard a lot about it. What was your impression of the game?
It was just a cult classic, man. Everybody was waiting for Half-Life, the latest release to come out. But I feel like this isn't what everybody's expecting. If the articles I read were correct.
In other words, it's going to have a half life.
The
life.
people that are just diehards, I think, will love it, and I think the ones that really liked it but weren't diehard cult fans, I think they'll probably just tear it apart. But who knows? I haven't played it. Yep. Could be fucking awesome.
You gonna try it?
I don't know. It depends, man. Trying to be frugal these days with what we're spending money on, man. There's a lot of people out there that could use it for other shit than spending it on a game.
Yeah, that's true. Well, speaking of being frugal, how about this? You can play Assassin's Creed Odyssey for free this weekend, the 19th, which is today. Yep, today through the 22nd, Sunday.
Yeah, it's a fun game. I own it.
My son played Assassin's Creed a lot. He really enjoyed it. I watched him going third person.
When I first played it, I was like diehard into it, and then as it progressed, I wanted to see it get out of the ancient era and become like a modern day, and that hasn't happened yet.
Well, it's worth a shot. I mean, it's free.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
It was always a neat premise. I started to feel like they've milked it to the point of just, it's not really anything new. It's just a reskinned version of what you've already played.
So in other words, they need to change up the story and.
Yeah, I just think like jumping forward into like modern era would have been incredible for it, because like they alluded to that in previous iterations and they just never actually got to that point of doing it.
Well, we've been talking about GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, GameStop employees fear its coronavirus policies are dangerously flawed. And one thing they go into in this article, they say a anonymous person that works at one of the stores, because they have their own, like the company I worked for. We didn't generally like go out and just buy stuff. We went through a third-party company, and we ordered it, and then they'd ship it. And from what this reads is GameStop has the same distribution type, like for store supplies, for toilet paper, for things that they're supposed to be getting, and they're not. It's not being ordered.
Right.
And if it is being ordered, then
it's not showing up.
Yep, it's not showing up. So that is a sign.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been on their, got a gift card for Christmas or something, and I went on their website to try to use the gift card, and there's literally nothing that you can buy of value on there. You can't even, you used to be able to go on and buy like Steam wallet cards and stuff and just get the email with the code.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, not available anymore.
They want you to buy a game, probably. Use that for a game.
Not on console anymore. And their PC offerings are slim to none, man.
So what do you think of chances, because you drink Corona, what do you think chances of me getting sponsored by Coke are?
I don't know. Coke's got a lot of money. You don't know if you don't ask.
And they've been sponsoring streamers.
Yeah, they did a promotion thing for partners. when they were promoting their shit on Twitch. They were dropping bits and stuff and gifting subs as Coke official. So they've got a Twitch channel. Send them a whisper.
Yeah. I don't drop me bits. Just
send the Coke. There you go.
Send the Coca-Cola on over here.
That's the same thing with me. I say back a Corona truck to the fucking back door, and I'll call you when it's empty.
There you go. That's.
I'll unload it myself.
Yeah, one case at a time.
That's it.
Now on this a little bit of different news, we have Netflix accused of infringing on Broadcom's video streaming patents. I read this, and Broadcom is the company that makes chips that go into
chipsets.
Yeah, they go into. They make a vast different variety of chips, but this that they're talking about is the chips that go into devices that you get from the cable company.
So the routers.
No, the that converts the signal.
Like a DVR box.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm reading it, and I'm like, Netflix has hurt their business because everybody's streaming stuff now instead of getting the set-top boxes.
Yeah.
It's like, how does that infringe your patents? They're not saying it's the way it's being delivered or the protocol for the transmission or anything like that. From what I'm read in this article, it's just that Netflix has cut into their business.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just a money grab, an attempt to blame somebody for their shortcomings and see if they can capitalize on it.
And it's like, do you really think you're going to win this case? It's going to get thrown out of court. I hope it does. If that
more than likely it will. More than likely it will.
Oh.
No shortage of articles like that, that's for sure. There's always somebody suing somebody for something.
Yeah, well, onward and upward, we're on to Apple. Apple's A14 chip rumored to become the first ARM-based mobile processor to exceed 3 gigahertz. And that's always been like the barrier. Like, you're not going to get up to 3 gigahertz on for a mobile phone. And they're getting 3.1 gigahertz on this chip in an iPhone. And that's just, you know what that means. It's just going to be faster and all that.
Sure.
So I thought that was pretty neat. And this is their own processor. Because normally they would go with like Intel or Qualcomm
right.
chips in their phones. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and that is you know, an achievement. But on to our next one. Apple extends closures of U.S. stores indefinitely on the human malware worries.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was kind of. I hate to say this. I thought it was kind of funny because the ones in China are now opening.
Yeah, some article today that Adidas is open. They're at 100% capacity. Sounds like China's rebounding awfully quick.
Yeah, well, if you look at their numbers, they all, dropped off. So now their production can ramp up.
Yep.
Well, everything that begins with an A. A couple weeks ago, we went over an article about Amazon reported a human malware case at its headquarters, and I said something to the effect of, good thing this person worked in the offices, not in the warehouse.
Yep.
Amazon's first coronavirus case in a U-House warehouse could complicate shipping. And this was in New York.
I still have one glitch. I own a DVD player still. It's a PS3 and a PS4. So I've got a couple of them.
I think the corona is getting to my internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll take a Dr. Pepper sponsorship.
I like Dr. Pepper more than Coke.
You know what? I'll say this. When I tried Dr. Pepper, I'm that old. It wasn't Dr. Pepper. It was Pebbles. It was before Pepper came around. I didn't like it. I mean, and Grant, I was like, I was young, like between 5 and 10.
Yeah.
But the last time I tried it was actually not that long ago. When it was good.
Yeah, it's not bad stuff.
I think what it was the cherry taste was, tasted spicy to me at the time.
Yeah.
That's what that could have been. Well, we got through the A's. Now let's go to the F's. Internet and wireless providers will waive late fees and keep Americans connected. Now, what this is if you have a school
cell phone bill or something, or
or like you have kids in the house, you could get 2 months of internet for free. Not for free, but they'll, like, if you don't pay them, they're not going to cut you off.
Not going to shut you off, yeah.
Right. But here's the thing is that got to me, and it's a good thing, but it's less like a dig to me, is AT&T is removing its data cap. Or is it AT? I think it was AT&T was removing its data cap. And so part of the reason that they had data caps because they couldn't support all the people that would flood the bandwidth. Yeah, like that was a frickin' lie then. It's a frickin' lie now.
Sure, they just wanted to be able to charge. It's part of their business model, dude.
Exactly.
The problem is all this free shit they're giving out is just fucking fuel to the fire for the socialist agenda where everybody thinks everything can be free. The reality is there's going to be a big old fucking fat bill at the end of this.
Well, that's the thing that I was thinking of was like landlords. I mean, they're doing the right thing by saying, you can't evict people at this time because you don't want people who can't work being tossed out of their
No, and I agree with that. If you can't work, you can't work.
Right. But my question is what happens at the end of that 2 months? Is it just going to build up? And now you have to pay for 3 months?
Yeah, that's the way it's going to work.
That's the way I'm thinking it's going to work. In which case, are you really doing them a favor by doing that?
By delaying the inevitable?
I'm not being mean by saying that, but I mean, that's to me the reality of it.
Yeah, who knows, man. Scary times. Scary times.
But speaking of scary times, to the G's, Google updates its. This is an article I put in from today because we didn't do the show yesterday because you're feeling a little under the weather. You got the human malware virus because you drink it all the time. No giggle out of that one. There we go. Google updates its Discover feed to let you flag misleading articles.
I saw something with Google today, and it was like the anti-vaxxers, and it said something to the effect of mercury causing autism. Like literally somebody found on Google as like presenting it as fact, as though vaccines cause autism.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody unlocked the wrong thing on Google and turned it into like a wiki where you can just edit the pages.
Oh boy, that would be.
Because that was literally what it was. Somebody on Facebook shared it. It was like a screenshot of it, and his question was, "Who the hell unlocked Google?" Because you would never see that on there.
Right.
It's on there now. That it was Photoshop, but who knows?
Well, here's like you said, mercury.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in school, we handled mercury. Now they say, don't handle it at all.
Don't handle it. You don't want it in your body, but it
Right.
is in vaccines.
Right. Well, and the reason for that, you ever hear of Mad Hatters?
Mm-mm.
You know where that comes from? Mad Hatters?
Fucking Alice in Wonderland.
Kind of. It's actually haberdashers, people who used to make hats, would use mercury to soften the fabric, so it could blend onto the hat,
Okay.
and they would handle it directly. And it would, they're handling that stuff all day, every day,
And then mess them up.
and it seeps into your pores and gets into your body and in effect poisons you and drives you mad. So that's why they're called Mad Hatters. We don't
Gotcha.
have that anymore because,
Yeah.
and people, because like it reminds me, of when I was little. I handled it that one time. Is that going to hurt anything? No. But if you do it prolonged and over time, it can really mess you up.
Right.
That's why it's classified in the way it is nowadays. We talked about, off the show about the differences in YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. How do you think you would fare, specifically you, because I know how I would fare, on TikTok?
I don't know. I wouldn't even entertain it.
Why? Because TikTok instructed moderators to suppress posts by ugly and poor people?
Jesus Christ, that's a thing? Fuck them. Now I just got another reason to hate them. It was just the incessant fucking over abuse of the marketing campaign they used to do on Facebook. Now you can just add that to the other list of reasons why I don't like TikTok.
What were they called? It was a thing where I think we talked about the last time, the modern day version of a Valley Girl.
Modern day version of a Valley Girl? No, I don't remember having that conversation.
It's something that's big on TikTok where they have these like bottles or jugs of water, not plastic, of course, the metal with their metal straws. They're always environmental about save the whales.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what they're called, and it's just like,
I think it falls under the category of tree hugger or something to that effect.
well, turtle hugger.
Whatever, same thing.
Now, lots of companies and stuff are having their people work from home. Google, YouTube is no exception. We have this. YouTube will rely more on AI moderation while human reviewers can't make it to the office.
And that's not just YouTube, it's Facebook doing the same thing.
Yeah, and there was even yesterday there was Facebook took a hit that something was being suppressed or deleted.
Yeah.
It was legitimate, but it was being suppressed because the AI got a hold of it. And I've said this before. And I understand why they're doing it, because they don't have a choice. But it's like, and this is a bad analogy, but it's accurate, giving a machine gun to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
It's just going to go everywhere. But in this time where, again, people were working more from home, Microsoft Teams went down for 2 hours as Europe logged in.
Yeah.
And what they're saying is it was actually a problem, not an over traffic problem. One of the servers wasn't quite up to the speed ramping up and getting to where it needed to be, so it caused other errors down the chain. And from what I understand, it went down for 2 hours. It came back up, and 15 minutes later went down again.
Right.
So they had to go back out and check on it and fix it again. And that was just like bad timing. When you put stress on your machine, it can cause, and especially if something hiccups when it becomes stress and it doesn't happen all the time. It's one of those ghosts in machines.
Right.
How many speaking of machines, how many computers do you have in your home?
2.
Just 2? They both run running Windows 10?
They are.
Well, those are 2 of the 1 billion devices that Windows finally hit running Windows 10.
Big number.
That's a huge number. But I thought, that's a... The thing is Microsoft said when it first came out with 10 that they were expecting it in 2 years, 2.5 years.
Right.
About 4 years later, 5 years. That's still not bad. Have you ever used a Uber?
Yeah, I have.
Did you give the guy a good review?
Yeah, of course.
You shouldn't have.
Should not have given him a good review?
Yeah. Uber drivers are losing their jobs over fake DUI complaints. So if you would have left that person and said that they were drunk, they'd have been fired. You'd have got to ride for free. Don't do that.
I'm like, you just threw me for a loop because I thought you were being serious for a second. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, don't do that. No.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no. Don't do that stuff.
Now I see what you were trying to do there. I went over my head a little bit.
Ray. Well, she would be actually. Ray's in the chat. Hi, Ray. And we'll go back to the A's. Oh, yeah, what I said earlier. AT&T suspends broadband data caps during coronavirus crisis. Yeah. It just says that they didn't need them to begin with. Neither does Comcast. They don't need data caps. They don't need to do that. They just want to do it to grab money.
Of course. Makes the world go around, dude.
I'm lucky, knock on wood, that I have Spectrum. Well, it's Time Warner cable, Spectrum, whatever.
Okay.
No data caps. I just pay if I want more speed. I pay more.
But I don't have any data caps here either at the moment.
Yeah, but if you were if you had typically it's 250 gigabytes a month.
Yeah, I would exceed that in my first 3 days.
I mean, what was the last update you had for Call of Duty?
That was 100 and some gigs, 80 gigs. The game itself is 100 and some gigs. So yeah, it doesn't go very far. Then you still need data to stream or play it.
Yeah, There's that too, and then you get a couple people with a couple phones, a couple tablets, this or that.
Yeah, it goes quick.
Oh yeah, and it's like when they first came out, they said the average person is not going to use 250 gigs.
Sure they will.
Well, that was like 8 years ago.
If that's the case, there's no need to assign overage fees to it.
Right, because the way that works is all the data that you use over 256 gig gets you pay more for it.
Yep.
And speaking of, how's your cable bill?
Truth be told, mine's tied into a business downstairs, so my internet at the moment is free.
No cable, like television.
Television's $20 a month now. What did Netflix go up to? I don't have cable TV.
Let's see. Report: the average cable bill now exceeds all other household utility bills combined. I don't know where this is.
But I feel like that's like internet and everything these days. I figure like whoever your cable company is also your internet provider.
Well, there's. I'm assuming, it's because it does say cable package.
So the numbers there are probably,
If the average
rolled together.
if the average cable bill is $217 a month,
Yeah, me too. Rary, just internet and Netflix. We used to have Dish. And Dish was like $150 a month, and I got rid of it because fucking thing would if it rained outside, it didn't work.
yeah, that's well, that to me was a feature. It was a feature. You don't see that being a feature?
No, definitely not a feature that I would pay for.
Well,
That would be a feature that should bring down the bill.
no, it's a feature because that warns you some heavy rain is coming in or snow. The where that would happen to me too, but generally it lasted about 5 minutes and then it would kick back on. But that was been years since I've had I had Dish too. Back to Google. Employees demand better treatment for contract workers amid the coronavirus. Because the Google employees, if you work for Google, you get to work from home.
Okay.
But if you're a contractor, you work for a Google contractor, you don't work directly for Google, guess what?
Yeah, you're beat.
And what they say to that is that it's because they don't want to have anybody having access to the systems that they have access to.
No, it's the liability of having to pay that many people is what it is. They pay them a lot less out of house than they do in.
Well, what I'm saying though, no, what this is the job that the contractors do.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't want them doing it from their terminals from their computers at home. They want them to only use the computers that Google provides. It's a security thing.
Right.
Because if you work from home, you're going to use your own computer generally.
Yeah, you could be looking at porn on that thing, and there could be, yeah.
Right, and that's why Google is stating that they don't want the contractors, their employees, to work from home because they deal with sensitive information and they want to keep that on their own systems, not having being transferred out of the company to a remote location.
That's their prerogative if that's what they want to do.
Right. Well, but because of the human malware and everybody working from home, Google halts upcoming release of Chrome and Chrome OS to keep things stable for everyone working from home. So they're not doing bug fixes or updates or upgrades just because of that.
Right.
Which, yeah, because that would be a hard thing to kind of beta test.
Makes sense.
Before you go throwing it out there. Now, there's many websites do many bad things, or try and do many bad things. How bad do you think Facebook is?
Probably one of the worst offenders.
Yep, Firefox 74, an update, slams Facebook in solitary confinement. Browser add-on stops social network stalking users across the web. It's like, so what it is a virtual container within your browser that keeps Facebook from branching out and following you everywhere you go on the internet. And if you've ever wondered why people want privacy, it's stuff like this.
Sure.
It's not because of anything else. It's because, like, I'll give you an example. I was looking at monitors before I got my tax check. And I was on eBay. I found two monitors I liked. And I was just waiting for the money to be deposited. And when after it, during the time between the time that I put it in the cart for eBay and the time when I actually ordered it, every other website I went to would show me an ad for that monitor. it's like, buy this monitor from us. Buy this monitor from us.
Sure.
I don't like that. How did you know I had this in my eBay cart? It's not your concern what I have in my eBay cart. And that's the same thing with Facebook and Amazon. They all try to get you to, track you wherever you go.
Yeah, trust me. I've been seeing some fucking ads lately.
Pornhub?
No, nothing like that.
Mm-hmm. But now this is Twitch's moment. Live streaming is more popular than ever. Did you get to read up on this a little bit?
No, but it makes sense. I mean, given the circumstances, state of the world and everything.
Yeah.
Not much stuff to do except for watch Netflix and Twitch and whatever else is out there. People are going stir crazy for sure.
Well, people with kids are going stir crazy.
Should have seen the video I saw of our local gun store today, bro. Literally, people wrapped around the block. Like, no bullshit. Like, the shit you saw on TV with the people with their carts lined up outside of the stores, same shit outside the gun store.
Do you mind if we talk about that?
Nah, I'm all for it. Buy your guns. Shoot the virus.
I don't understand any of this hoarding shit.
If you sneeze, you're done. That's it.
No.
The local barber. So my family actually has a shopping center. So a lot of this stuff's personal to me too, because there's a lot of tenants here that are going to have to close. Not how they're going to be able to pay the rent. My father-in-law, he's a landlord, so who knows what he's going to decide. Ultimately, it's his decision.
Right.
But one of the guys, there's a barber shop here, and the barber was the one that, like, he did a Facebook post of, like, announcing that his business is officially closed. Today, the governor said if you have a non-essential business and you don't close, you're going to get fined, you lose your business license, all that other shit. So they're cracking down.
Yeah.
But he drives past after, like, you read his clip that, he's going to be closed till further notice. He's like,
yeah.
You just see a snippet of him driving past with all the line of people outside, and then he, like, back to himself, and he's like, yeah, it's like, I sneezed in that parking lot. They all drew their guns on me. It was pretty funny. Obviously, he didn't enter the parking lot, but
I mean, here's this is what I was able to ascertain about this human malware. Mm-hmm. The only difference between this and the influenza, okay, is it has a 2-week incubation period, which is part of the danger, quote unquote, and you're more likely to get a respiratory, have respiratory complications. And the thing that I've heard is, don't wear a face mask unless you're showing symptoms. By the time you're showing symptoms,
it's already too late.
Yeah, you've been infecting everybody for the past 2 weeks.
Yep.
And what do you do to avoid the flu? Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't wash your hands. I've heard that all my life. I've been on this earth for 52 years. I've heard that all my life. How hard is that thing to do? Then you don't have to go hoarding all this crap. Oh, glitchy. Zombie apocalypse fellas getting it. No, it's not going to get it now.
It is, man. Walking Dead are coming, bro. I'm ready. Got my bat with the baseball nails driven through it,
I got my chainsaw.
That's too noisy. Might attract more of them.
Hey, what? Yeah, bring it, man. And that's it's more deadly to older people.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. And
you said it.
Yeah. And to very young and people who like have already compromised immune systems. From diabetes or other complications.
Yeah.
But how many people have died from the flu?
A lot.
On to lighter note. Sorry about that. That was my rant. I think you agree with me on that. I don't understand why people are buying toilet paper. Are you gonna eat it when you run out of food?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you have a bidet. What is it? How do you pronounce it? Bidet.
Mm-hmm.
Is it heated? I meant to ask you that. Is it heated?
It's got hot and cold water running to it. Yeah.
So you can change temperature. Does it have an app? Can you change temperature?
No app. No. Predates that.
Does it communicate tied into the internet? So every time you flush, some data center somewhere, so it gets information. Hemorrhoid just flushed.
No, but I'm ready. If we run out of toilet paper, it's definitely a backup.
Wow. I bought we bought just one big case of toilet paper. That'll last us like 2 months.
I almost want to go into my bathroom, take a picture of it for Facebook, and then show a picture of the toilet with the bidet next to it and say, all you fuckers who made fun of my urinal, who's laughing now?
There you go. What do you think about Tesla lately?
I've been following them.
Huh?
Have not been following them.
So you don't know that Tesla finally just made its 1 millionth car and still not profitable?
No, but they were always subsidized by the government, were they not?
No, it's just investors. They might be partially subsidized by the government, but
Well, they got a bailout of some sort, but he apparently paid it back with interest. Well, if they're able to pay back a loan with interest, how are they not profitable?
because they had to pay back that loan and not be able to spread it out to the shareholders.
Maybe Elon's take is too great.
There we go. Well, he's got 6 kids to feed.
Yeah.
And have you we live in the Northeast of the country. And so how do you think this would fare for you? Tesla Model Y battles cold temperature range losses with a heat pump.
An electric heat pump?
Well, yeah, it has to be electric. So it just drains the batteries more, but
I don't know. Sounds counterintuitive.
well, here's the thing is, when you put a battery outside, it loses its power faster.
So why don't they just wrap the battery in a fucking concrete blanket?
That was my thought. Versus something that's using power to...
Yeah.
Yeah, you may have to run a little bit of power just to maintain the heat inside.
I don't know. I would imagine under power, that thing gets pretty fucking hot. Even when it's charging, it probably gets pretty hot.
No, that's true, too. I didn't think of that. But right now, there's I guess there's only one plant that makes Teslas. I guess in the U.S.
Yeah, I feel like there's one plant, but then they have like tons of plants for the batteries for the cars.
Right. Yeah,
I'm talking about gigafactories.
Just the assembly of the car itself.
Okay, yeah, they were talking about opening another one though. I think for the truck.
Yeah, that's Texas. We talked about that last week. Tesla plant says they will remain open after local shelter-in-place order.
They don't have a choice if they're not profitable. They close down, it's their demise for sure.
No, because it's just they're not going to be making cars. They're not an essential service. Nobody's going to die because they got their Tesla a week later.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the compromise was because there's over 10,000 people that work at this plant.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to keep 2,500. Are still going to go to work.
Yeah, the ones that are programming and repairing the robots probably that put the cars together.
Probably. Yeah, the other people will come back. Well, we were bored and so we don't need you anymore. But here's the thing: if we want to explode our show, that we should probably do.
Explode our show?
Explode it. Make it so popular. Explode it.
I'm not taking my shirt off, DeLuca. It's not happening.
Damn it. Darn it. Darn you. Brands can now pay to trend on Reddit.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what is wrong with the current system where the masses decide what trends and what doesn't? Unless that was never the case anyway. Maybe now it's just openly advertised.
Because it's not... If they can make money by putting you on the front page saying you're trending...
Yeah. I don't know. It's weird to me.
That's why I'm glad I have Jen's premium Snapchat. Problem solved.
You've earned it, Ray. You've earned it.
Yeah, but my question to Ray, how do you look at a completely white monitor because of all the reflection from his skin and into the camera?
Hey, listen, summer's coming, motherfucker. You're going to see me with a suntan this year.
So you're going to turn into Italian, huh?
Oh, you should see how dark I get. It's crazy.
People confuse you for a different nationality.
Yeah, usually.
Speaking of all the sitting at home and having nothing to do, and this is not something we're advocating, this is just news, okay? There's an old program called Popcorn Time. Once popular, Netflix for piracy is back. So if there's, they highly recommend if you use this software, you use a VPN. I'm not saying that you should. But
so is this like the Napster for films?
Yeah, TV shows, because it uses BitTorrents.
Yeah.
To actually, what it does is it goes out, like you select a movie, and what it does, it goes out to the BitTorrent community sites and finds that movie, actually streams it and downloads it for you, so that you could watch it as it's coming in, and then watch it again, from your own download. But there is an alternative. Sling TV offers free live news, movies, and TV for people stuck at home. And it includes like Teen Titans Go, Superhero Girls, Lego, whatever, Ninja Go. Shows for kids, stuff for adults, and movies, and it's free for now.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought and this is a legitimate route that you could go. Probably more variety on Popcorn Time. No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
No. Now, this next article kind of set me on fire a bit. Volunteers 3D print unobtainable $11,000 valve for $1 to keep the human malware patents alive. Original manufacturer threatens to sue. This is in Italy, okay? So there's a valve. I forget what the valve was for, but it's a valve that there's a shortage of. It sells for $11,000 a piece. Mm-hmm. Okay, you can't find it anywhere. They can't order it. They can't get it. So this guy created a 3D model of this valve based on the original. Mm-hmm. Recreated it and is able to 3D print it. So they have these valves and it's a medical valve. So
yeah,
it's important. And the company is threatening to sue him over it.
Yeah, because they want to artificially keep the price up by keeping the demand high.
It's 10,000 euros. That equates to 11,000 US dollars for that. Come on,
It's the world we live in, man. It's the world we live in.
talk about gouging. Oh,
You can sue for anything, brother.
there was 3 stories I put in today that I didn't get a chance to update the site. This is the third one. How funny is this one? Go on eBay, buy a laptop, right? German military laptop with classified data sold for $100 on eBay.
Oh wow, that's a oops.
I didn't format the hard drive. I mean, it wasn't formatted anything. And this.
You think they would have factory reset it before they sold it?
Nope.
Jesus.
Nope, they didn't. And this
is who's running the country, dude.
Well, this is German, so not the United States, but still.
But that was German, or was it U.S. government secrets?
German military.
All right, well, boo-boo for them. That's horrible, though. Somebody's gonna get in trouble for that.
I would think so.
They're going to the brig, or whatever the German equivalent is.
Now, what do you think about 5G that's being rolled out?
I think that we definitely don't have the capabilities here in the States, and all of these people selling phones saying 5G ready, it's a fucking scam.
Would you think that 5G would give you the human malware?
Give it to you?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I'd say if anything, it would kill it. Because from what I hear, that shit kills everything.
Yeah. No, 5G does not cause the coronavirus. Didn't cause the coronavirus pandemic. Influencers. Not. Okay. I'm so. You use the term a lot, and it's fine. There's 2 things that drive me nuts. People that call themselves influencers. What the fuck is that? I influence people. Everybody influences people in some ways or others.
Yeah.
The terms content creator drives me nuts.
Gotta call it something. What are you gonna call it?
Videographer. It's already a term. Videographer. I was a videographer for about 5 years.
Does that mean you're filming something else, though?
Not necessarily. No, you can film yourself. You're just filming things.
But I feel like videographer is the guy behind the camera. In this case, my fucking computer is my videographer.
No, you're the videographer, but no, you're the star.
But that's
it's just the terminology that just drives me nuts. It just drives. Something about it. I guess what it is I showed you Bad Bunny last week.
Brother, we have words like bay and shit like that taking over the fucking English language. Just leave those 2 alone. They're definitely worse ones to go after.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I showed you Bad Bunny last week, right?
Regrettably, yes.
Yeah. She's a content creator. She's you're a streamer, you're a YouTuber, videographer.
You're a content creator, DeLuca. You're creating something that's content right now that can be consumed by others. You're creating content for consumption.
Nobody's going to consume this. They're going to watch it.
I don't know. They might consume it.
That would be dangerous to their health. I'm going to start putting a Surgeon General's warning at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, the way this world is headed, that you might be fucking legally obligated to do that in the near future.
Now, could I give you another reason to hate TikTok?
Sure.
TikTok star licks plain toilet seat for coronavirus challenge.
I saw this. How could something so beautiful be so disgusting?
And that's the thing is, she's an adult. 22 fucking years old.
Do it for the memes, man. Do it for the views.
She did, and this is what drives me nuts, because this is why. She calls herself, what's this word here? An influencer.
Sorry, lady. You do not make me want to lick a toilet seat.
You know, and she boasts 22,000 TikTok followers and around 162,000 on Instagram.
I got news for you. She probably scrubbed the shit out of that toilet seat before she did it.
Let me put it this way. In this day and age, it wouldn't surprise me if she didn't.
I don't know, man. That's right up there with the guys that like got busted. There was an article I read. This guy got busted in some state here in the U.S. I'm doing a TikTok, taking the lid off an ice cream container, licking it, putting the lid back on, and putting it back on the fucking shelf.
Oh, there were many people. You know why people did that stuff? You know why? The same reason she did it.
But people fucking viewed it.
For clout. What kind of clout?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I love people and I hate people all in the same breath, man.
Yeah, it makes you want to voluntarily, what is that?
It's just
self-isolate.
Listen, man, I've met so many people that are just beautiful, fucking damn near perfect. I mean, nobody's perfect, but I've met some people that are damn near perfect. And I've met some people that are just ignorant fucking assholes that have all the potential in the world to be like the near perfect people. They just, I don't know, man. They gotta get their heads out of their ass. It's a shame. It's fucking a shame.
And this woman just put her face where people put their ass.
Well, there you go.
On to the next one.
Glitch.
Wait, what?
You can't take away people's right to be assholes. They're always going to be out there. And some of them contribute something to the world. Not like every little asshole is a fucking baby Hitler in the making. But it's also to be said that there's enough assholes and we don't need any more. So if we could turn a couple of the assholes around and make them think about what they do and their effect on people, you should do it.
Oh, I'll tell you this. I watched a video where this, I guess it was in Florida, where, you know, college students generally about this time of year, they go for spring break down to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
You know, okay. And he was like, I don't see what the big deal is, this blah, blah, blah. I'm healthy. I've been looking forward to this party for 2 months, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, let's say you get this, dude. You know, you get this human malware, right?
Yeah.
And you go see your grandmother. You give it to her. And it kills her. You know, because she's gotten a weakened immune system. She's older, you know, for whatever reason. You know, and I'm not wishing this on this guy. I'm just saying hypothetically. But, you know, this virus kills her. You, if in effect, killed your grandmother. How happy are you about your big deal vacation when you put things in real perspective? You know, you see what I mean? And the thing about this is you don't know for 2 weeks that you're carrying this shit around. Just saying.
Yeah.
He was just being this ignorant. What got me about it is this guy was just being an absolute ass about it. An arrogant ass about it. Oh, be fine. Well, it's not all about you being fine. All right? It's about the people that have compromised or older or even younger, you know, getting this from you because you wanted to be an ass. Whatever. But if you've been on Google and you may have noticed a slowdown, Google is what caused CPU throttling at our cloud data center. And we're just going to scroll this down to that picture there.
The fuck is that?
The casters on the rear wheels
Oh.
caused it to lean backwards. So the refrigeration
It wasn't circulating.
was a circulating property. So it caused the chips to thermal throttle and slow down to keep from burning themselves up.
Make sure if you do that glitch, just save your breath, brother. It's not worth it, man.
What?
It really isn't. It says he's looking forward to hitting the stores tomorrow. More than likely end up arguing with some half-wit. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Just make sure you put
get your shit and get out.
Yeah, make sure you put it on your TikTok.
The half-wit you argue with might just have coronavirus. Save your breath and your health.
How much would you just want to go to Italy for right now?
Not at all.
Well, you sure?
I never wanted to go to Italy.
Why not? It's a beautiful place.
Fucking, I could see it with pictures.
My grandparents came from Italy, all 4 of them.
Yeah, I got some relatives, some Italian descent. So what?
Yeah. Well, Pornhub is giving away free premium subscriptions to Italians during the coronavirus lockdown.
Still not enough to make me want to go to Italy.
Oh man, you're just too old.
I'm getting there, brother. I'm getting there. These gray hairs don't lie.
Yeah. Well, we have amateur, alien, POV, Belle Delphine. That's the lady that sold her bathwater. Cosplay, mature, bisexual, Apex Legends, which I thought was weird, ASMR, and femdom, femdominatrix.
These are the top searches?
Yep.
Wow,
And
man, these people are so, original.
I wonder why Apex Legends is in there. I don't think I really want to know.
I don't know, man. Some people out there with crushes on Wraith, I guess.
But here you go. Here's the top 20.
There you go, Glitch.
Top 20 by traffic. Where's the United States, of course? We are number 1.
For Pornhub?
Yeah.
Wow, man.
By, if you look at the graph, it's
the website
double.
everybody knows by name, brother.
And they're a Canadian website. Did you know that? Pornhub.
I had no idea.
Yep. Pornhub is actually a Canadian site.
Didn't know it. They say you learn something new every day.
And now you have your tech and tech-related news for the week. Like I said, there was the 3 other articles I added because we didn't do the show last night.
Man, I'm sorry about that. I just wasn't feeling up to it.
Which is fine. Your health is more important.
Oh, I appreciate it.
We could do the. What's great about this, in this time? I mean, I grew up, where a computer was about the size of, thicker than a tablet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like black and white, no color, no sound. You used its built-in character sets to create graphics. You load and save from an audio cassette. Used like a plotter printer.
Yeah.
And that was a computer. Came with 2 kilobytes of memory. So, I mean, look how far we've come. I don't live anywhere near you, and we could do this show. I think it's great.
Yeah.
How far computers have come and all that stuff. And I'd like to see it get better.
Yeah.
And I know there's always going to be people on this earth that, do stupid stuff. But, learn from their mistakes. That's all I got to say on that. For now. Till next week. I'm George.
I'm Todd.
And we will see y'all Wednesday. Hopefully.
At 8?
At 8 o'clock. Unless you don't feel good or I don't feel good. But then we will always get one in one a week.
Yeah, we'll still do it. Regardless, even if we postpone it.
Yep. Love you all.
Thanks, guys, for stopping in.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you guys for stopping in. Bye.
Cheers. Love you, Ray.